Hello and welcome back to another 3D Hangout. I'm Noe, designer here at Adafruit. Joining me, Mr. Pedrock.
What's up everybody, I'm Pedro Ruiz, creative tech here at Adafruit, and every week we come to share 3D printing projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
Yep, the show where we combine 3D printing, DIY electronics, smash them together, make inspirational projects. Let's go ahead and jump into the show.
This week's coupon code is Mini FPV, in celebration of releasing our cute little mini FPV monitor project.
Every week is a celebration. Yeah. So
use Mini FPV to get 10% off your order in a free shop.
Yep, and we'll talk about why it's Mini FPV in a minute, if you haven't seen the video already. We have free shipping for $200 or more, orders that are $200 or more. You get that, free shipping in the US. Same day delivery for folks in the NYC.
That's right, if you order before 11 a.m., you get it by the end of the day.
Yes, sir. Quick programming note, Adafruit Daily is our daily newsletter. If you want to get down with newsletters, little dose of Adafruit, you have to opt into it. So go to adafruitdaily.com and pick what category of stuff you want. So there you go.
Biohacking, maker, business, 3D printing, wearables, electronics.
And more.
And more. Always adding more categories.
So welcome folks in the chat room. We got James and Kirby hanging out. Thank you for joining us today.
Today we are also streaming on Twitch.
Lovely.
We had a spotlight from them a little bit.
Yeah, Creative Spotlight was like about a week ago. Tony's always on the Twitch, and then he puts the archive up on YouTube. We only have limited bandwidth, so I have to stream at 720.
Well, it's really processing.
And my thing here. Yeah.
We're waiting for WWDC.
Yeah, we want to pick up some new Macs. But anyways, as Pedro drinks his coffee. Wait, you drinking coffee?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sorry. I'm seeing things.
You can hear me. Yeah, I'm getting over like a cold.
Something like that.
Brought in from my kid.
Yeah.
So excuse me if I sound a little nasally.
Yeah, it's all right, Pedrock. It's all right. This is this week's project. We talked about it in the past 2 weeks. This is Pedro's mini FPV project. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, so we had a wire rig, so the Wi-Fi didn't interfere with all the radio.
Yeah, our Wi-Fi connection would drop as soon as we tried to demo this. So we're wired in here, which kind of makes it a little bit better. Yeah. I can't read your name. Somebody new in the chat room. Hello, welcome. So Pedro, tell us about the project.
This week's project, this is itty bitty little cute.
2.5
inch FPV monitor.
Yeah.
It's a TFT display that we have in the shop. We have a Power Boost 1000C inside here, 500 milliamp battery, and nice little enclosure that gives you access to your brightness, your channel, and your band. Of course, a little window so you can see what frequency you're currently on. And we can see here we are getting a preview of what we have here on our Walkera F210, little drone racing quadcopter.
That's right. The Walkera F210, it comes stock with a lot of goodies. It is a racing drone.
Oh yeah,
it comes with a stock FPV camera and some extra stuff on the flight controller. Yeah, we got a great deal on it. If you look at the bottom of the drone, it tells you
adjust all your frequencies.
That's where you adjust your frequency. It's kind of default frequency, but depending on whatever flight controller you have, and if it has FPV capabilities, you can quickly get your frequency. And what kind of FPV transmitter do you have? I don't know, Pedro.
It's an Eachines. I should have brought the paper out. VRX.
There you go.
There you go. Check out learn.adafruit.com to build your own. Very simple build. I mean, it's tiny little pins to hook up together, but if it's a very nice way to get some soldering skills in.
$23.99. Is that how much you got it for?
I think I got it a little bit cheaper, like $18. It's it always fluctuates. Prices on Amazon.
Hey, look, there's the antenna that you got too. Is it called a clover
leaf antenna?
Circular polarized clover leaf.
Yeah, so
I call it a clover field. I don't know. Anyway, what do I know about drones? That's
so you could swap out that antenna for one of these. It's really $10 for two. So a very good deal on that.
Great stuff. So Pedro, you did a live stream. We did a live stream together on building it live last week.
Want to build your own?
On Friday.
This guy here.
So you built that. It is on YouTube's.
Yeah. So the 3D printed enclosure.
You want me to go back to the overhead?
Yeah.
Sure.
So I made this Infusion 360 using our nice new technique that we like using for all enclosures, our snap together or press fit little lips. So
oh my goodness.
All the electronics fit nicely inside there. We're using the 30 gauge silicone coated wires to for all the flexibility, so you can
nice and tiny
everything in there. And the transmitter is right here. It sits on top of the power boost. We have a nice new little riser that we designed for the power boost as well, so you can stack those guys on top of each other.
Should I go through the guide to show any
you could, yeah.
Yeah, so check out the guide if you want to build this type, or if you want to remix it or something. Pedro went through all the steps to build it, of course, with every project.
It should take about an hour to do without, if you don't have to tin and measure all the wires, so probably about an hour and a half, something like that. So it's a nice, simple build, and you get to play with it when you're done. So I always love projects like that.
Yeah, it is cool. And the GoPro adapter thing is like an additive thing.
Yeah, so we're using the little, I forget what they call them, the little knuckle screw things.
GoPro
if you have like GoPros, you probably have like, a little pile of these. Compatible with those, stick those together. You can either add it to like a stick or something like that, like one of those.
Little stick?
Yeah, we have.
Or like a lanyard or something.
Lanyard or something, yeah. You could definitely edit the Fusion 360 files if you want to add a different sort of mount for that.
Cool. I wanted to fly it, but I'm having second thoughts about it. Because we could go outside right now, and I could take the quad and actually fly in our backyard. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not too confident.
You've probably seen the video. You can trust that it works.
Yeah, you can
it actually works really well, even for the size. It's not so tiny that you can't use it for actually flying around.
Right.
And the main reason that I designed this with the 2.5 inch is because so you could throw it in your bag. Say you're going to like a drone racing event. You could tune into your favorite racer and see what they're seeing. Since the bands aren't really protected, you can tune into different people's frequencies and look at what their flight.
Just kind of scan it or whatever.
Yeah.
How does how does that work? The changing the frequencies.
Yeah, so you can either change the band or the channel on here.
Okay, and then there's like little markers on the PCB in the window there.
Yeah, so you can see what you're on, and you get.
They're coded, right? Like
they're coded. So
F and A or something. Or numbers.
A through F, and you can look at like the booklet that comes with it. It'll tell you what frequency.
Kind of like a table of codes to figure out what frequency it is.
I'm sure there's like other receivers out there that'll like scan for available.
Oh, cool.
But this one doesn't.
It's just a nice and cost-effective one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
And those cost more money, but nice little cost-effective way. It's about $60 to build this
whole thing. That's great.
And obviously this will print on the smallest print bed, even like think about Play or the Micro 3D.
Or the Tiny Boy, I think
Or
we
the
call
Tiny
it.
Boy,
Tiny
yeah.
Boy.
My
I think
print
so.
on that as well.
Yeah.
So definitely a great little project if you are into drones.
Yeah, if you want to get into FPV, this is a cost-effective way to get into the FPVs. Good stuff.
Very cool.
All right.
All right. So definitely more drone quadcopter projects coming up. So it's first of many. So stay tuned for those. All right.
Cool.
I'm just looking at the chat.
I was just looking at the Twitch chat because I have 2 chats to look at. So. Obviously, there's more commotion in YouTube because we've been on YouTube longer. All right. Any questions about anything? Oh, that would be cool, Kirby. Kirby's saying it'd be nice if there's a central place where all the streams happened. I don't know how to do that. I think Tony talked a little bit about that, like using Amazon servers to have one to stream to Amazon server, and then Amazon would split it out to all the channels. Don't know how we would do it though.
Yep. All right, cool.
Cool. James has an eye.
Turn this off real quick.
PiTFT. Yeah, sure. Is it gonna flip out? Beep beep beep. There you go. Static. Okay, cool. So that's the project. Check it out. On Thingiverse and in the learning guide. If you want to pick up the battery and the power boost,
don't forget
why not get 10% off? That's a good segue, huh?
Yeah.
Good drone. Yeah, something.
Segway flyaway.
Segway flyaway. We need something newer than a Segway. Hoverboard away. Scoot. Okay, I got some stuff. I'm working on this thing here.
Next week's project is going to be this very awesome little feather weather
lamp. That's what we're calling it. Let me like darken it up. Oh, the weather changed. Look at that. It was nice and blue and yellow. Now it's more cloudy. So what this does is it's using Adafruit ESP8266 Huzzah feather board, and it's using a 24 NeoPixel ring in the Arduino sketch that Lamar and Phil wrote. It's connecting to Yahoo's weather API. So it pulls the weather. You input your Wi-Fi credentials in the sketch, and then you input your city, your state, and your time zone. It'll pull that data. So it'll loop through that. And there's Phil B wrote several, I think 30 plus animations for each weather condition. So there's like hail, snow, hurricane, sunny, cloudy, partly cloudy, rainy. There's too many I could count. But there's a bunch in there. So the Arduino sketch has 2 Arduino files, or one INO and one H file. The H file has all the animations, and the INO has all the stuff that connects to the weather API from Yahoo. So this is pretty neat. I'm sure you guys have seen this enclosure before on the BLE feather lamp that we did. So again, the feather form factor makes it very universal, I guess, for the mounting holes. So the mounting holes fit the same. But the top cover, instead of having that opening that I had for that cool Voronoi lamp shade thing, I dual extruded this on the BCN Sigma printer. Could have done it on the FlashForge Creative Pro, but we're still testing out the Sigma BCN, which we'll talk a little bit more about. Salut! Salut.
Excuse me.
Pedro usually do it in 3s. Anyway, so this is a pretty neat project. Really simple to put it together. Just a couple connections. Easy to 3D print as well. Twisty top, as Pedro was showing you. Not press fit. Twisty top. I did a layer by layer on it. It's basically the same stuff, guys. Just dual extruded top. So I plan to do a guide this weekend, and right now it is cloudy.
It is super overcast.
It is super
right now.
overcast and cloudy.
Just had
lots of rain.
It's rain.
Because a hurricane came by up in the top of Florida. We're in South Florida, but it's cyclone now. Yeah. All right. So that's it. That's that project. I'll release it next week, of course. So next week's code or something will be something weather related.
It's very adaptable. Inside the code, you can change the number of NeoPixel rings. So if you have the 60 ring NeoPixel ring, you can put it on your mirror or something.
Yeah.
Mama was saying that she wanted to put it in her closet, so she gets up, just picking out clothes. You can see what the weather's going to be like. So nice little indicator of what to wear.
Yeah, this would look super dope with a 144 high dense NeoPixel ring.
You can do it with strip, you can do it rings. Code is very adaptable for that.
It is. You just change the number of pixels and which pen. So it's pretty cool. It's a great Internet of Things project. So it does need a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
So you have to input your Wi-Fi credentials, like I was saying. Excuse me.
And you can plug this into a to the wall outlet.
Oh, I haven't plugged into this battery.
You can plug it
This
in
thing
the
has been turned on like since 8 o'clock, and it's barely eaten through like 1% of the battery. It's pretty dope. I'm not sure why it's so low power, but it is.
Power efficient there.
Yeah.
And of course, you can hang this up on your wall. Nice little display right before you leave, like on your door or something like that.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Super handy little weather.
Great if you don't have any windows in your house, I don't know, or your apartment, or condo, cottage.
Yeah. So cool. Can't wait for
Living
this
quarters.
one. Very nice.
Cool. All right.
Next up, we've been doing some more tests on the BCN 3D Sigma.
Yeah. Oh, we got more here. I forgot. So about like a year ago when the Apple Watch came out, I was like, oh man, we got to 3D print some Apple Watch bands. And Pedro bought these little hinges from Shenzhen, China,
Yeah.
from
so
AliExpress,
about
that are just the hinge pieces, because the Apple Watch uses like these special hinges with like these very tiny little springs and whatnot. You can see them there. So we got those, and I've been holding on to them for like a good year now. And what better time to test out Ninjaflex dual extrusion with the Sigma BCN? So does Ninjaflex extrude with the Sigma BCN 3D? It's a Bowden system, right? We talked about it last week, but just to recap, it is a Bowden system, uses 2.85 filament, and we have Cheetah Ninjaflex and regular Ninjaflex, and we are surprised that it extruded well.
Very well. On a Bowden.
So extruding Ninjaflex is fine. What about dual extruding Ninjaflex? That is hard.
Oh yeah.
It's always messy, and you have to mess with retraction settings. You have to slow it really far down. So what we'll do is, I don't have Fusion Simplified 3D open. I would go through like the settings and stuff, but we can talk a little bit about it here. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
I'll just show some prints off. So you do get a little bit of contamination, especially with the geometry. So these are like spiky pyramids that are dual extruded onto the black. So the black is actually
regular Ninjaflex.
Is it regular Ninjaflex?
Yeah, this is regular. So
and then the white is Cheetah?
Yeah, for those of you who are new to this, the regular Ninjaflex has a lower shore
It's like
value.
60, I think.
Yeah, so it's more rubbery. So you can use it like, if you watch our video, we comparing Ninjaflex and Semiflex, which is almost the same as the new Cheetah in terms of properties. The Cheetah is a little bit more harder, more slippier. The softer original Ninjaflex
has more grip. It gives you more friction type.
Has like a rubbery grip, so you can use it, as we show in the video, as couch grip. So if your couches are sliding around, you can use it to grip onto the floor or tile.
Sure.
And it's more elastic.
Yes, it is more elastic.
So what we were doing here is, like you were saying, based on geometry, you can get a cleaner look on that.
Yeah, this kind of worked both ways. So with the triangles, like it's cool, you know, it's a little bit harder than Ninjaflex, and it's at 100% infill, which I could totally change, but I opted in for 100. They kind of hurt my hands, and like when I'm crossing my arms and stuff, and it kind of scratches up my clothes. So that's why I just like kind of chopped off the spiky part of the pyramid and just made it more like that. But I mean, do a twist test like this, Pedro, and show how incredibly
it's elastic,
durable it is. Well, I mean, a little elastic, yeah, because that's regular Ninjaflex or something.
Yeah, you're right.
It's backwards, actually. The black is regular Ninjaflex, which has way more flex and elasticity to it. And this stuff is amazing for, of course, phone cases, like bumpers and stuff. And I think we even showed it, like we printed out a Raspberry Pi case, and I like bounced the Raspberry Pi case, and it like kind of bounced around, which is kind of neat. So it's incredibly, indestructible. You can cut it with scissors, but as far as like trying to rip it and tear it, it's pretty tough. So you need some nice cutters to like kind of clip away at the excess string that you get. But hey, it works out really well with the BCN Sigma, the dual extruder printer from BCN 3D. And it handled doing this, because if you look there, you can see how the hinge has to have this hole inside of this little cylinder. So it does overhangs quite well.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
What
did we print? Real quick, let's talk about the heat. So 240C, was it 240?
240, yeah.
Okay. And then what about the speed? Was it 30? That's typically what we do. For
about 35, I believe.
35, a little bit.
So regular speeds,
Yeah.
which is, if you guys have ever tried printing Ninjaflex on a Bowden system, you know that you
gotta
have
go
to go to like 10
Yeah,
or
10.
5, so super slow.
Yeah.
So we're very surprised that it's able to handle at, sort of, regular speeds around
Right.
30, 35.
I think it helps that it uses the 3mm filament, 285 filament.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps too.
Yeah, but we've tried extruding regular Ninjaflex on the Ultimakers, and that just jammed up on the spring-loaded
Right.
drive. So
So do you think it's
Not
better
work.
at printing Ninjaflex than the Ultimaker, the Sigma?
On the Ultimaker, we could not print regular Ninjaflex. So in terms of that, yeah.
Wow, okay.
The Cheetah prints no problem
I
on
don't,
it.
it's incredible, man. It really
Yeah,
is.
So whatever design that's in there, either the extruder, because they're using like an E6 type or
Hot end, yeah.
hot end
Cool.
type design.
Yeah. Stock
that
0.4
works really good,
millimeter
yeah.
thing. All right, so dual extruding Ninjaflex. Of course, we had to do a unicorn test because unicorns. There's a little bit of contamination. Can't avoid that. This used an ooze shield. All of these used an ooze shield, correct?
Yep.
No pillars and ooze
Yeah.
shields. With tractions turned off completely, right?
I
think we had it
believe
like one or
was.
two, didn't we?
No, I think you're right. It was like at 1 or 2.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like, usually you have to turn off retraction, but we enabled it and it worked out really well.
Yep. So this is both Cheetah. This is before
Yeah.
we knew that the regular Ninjaflex would work. on
Right,
it.
so cheetah white, cheetah blue.
And compared
It's pretty
to
stiff.
the
We got a stiff unicorn.
and compared to the Flash Forge dual extrusion Ninjaflex,
Yeah.
the contamination is
More prevalent or equal? Tough to say.
Yeah, I would say about equal, if not.
But who printed faster? Probably the Sigma.
I think they printed probably
The
about the same. Yeah.
Like 4 hours or something.
Oh yeah, it does
It
take
takes
quite
forever.
a while because of the changing.
Yeah.
When you change
And they're
the
just
tool
one
head.
perimeter, or two shells for each. Zero infill.
Yep, but quite happy
They're both
that
hollow.
they, that it's able to do dual Ninjaflex.
That's right.
This was a test I did not think it'd be able to pass.
Yeah.
So
cool.
yeah, very very satisfied with that. If you checked out our Instagram, we are testing out the conductive filament, printing out our little tweezer that can test coin cell batteries.
Yeah.
The little
Put an
sequin
LED.
inside there so it can like shine if
Sure.
the battery is fine. That did not work. It does not want to extrude. So they do have a larger nozzle size, a 0.6 millimeter nozzle size, that they're going to send us over so we can finish up the test with that. But that should work. Whatever the graphite that's inside the conductive filament from Protopasta might be a little bit too big for the 0.4 nozzle.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it does work on the Ultimaker using the 0.4 millimeter nozzle.
Yeah.
So whatever the design of
Not faulty
the-
material. It's just
Yeah.
something with the Bowden setup on the Sigma, particularly.
And
that
we tried
just prevents it from
every
extruding.
setting. Like,
We
were up
tried a lot.
late.
We literally spent a whole day trying out different settings to print out conductive PLA on the Sigma, and no success. You just
Yeah,
couldn't
but
get
that
a
is
single
the
part.
last test, just printing out the conductive
Yeah.
filament, and it should work with the larger nozzle size.
I hope so.
And I give it my stamp of approval.
Yeah,
Put it in the shop.
we're thoroughly impressed. Yeah,
I'm really impressed.
good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, dual Ninjaflex.
Oh yeah, I also printed
Twisty
out
tops.
a twisty top. So this is something I made a couple, I don't know, months ago or something. It's just a simple two-piece twisty top using a coil feature inside Fusion, so you can make custom threads instead of using their thread feature that has standard threads for ISC or metric. This is a custom-made thread like you would see on a, I don't know, like a mouthwash bottle or a shampoo bottle or whatever. So
And
the
that
taunt
works
just came out perfect, and it's dual extruded. The little what I should have done is I should have made these little grips on the outside of it, like made it Ninjaflex. That way you get like a nice feel to it. That'd be pretty cool.
That will be.
I'd
nice
have to do a little bit more work on the CAD model, obviously.
Yeah.
Just
Grips
export it out as a separate STL and then bring it back together. You know the song and dance if you've done it. But this is something I tested out originally on the Flash Forge. I was like, I got another part I forgot about, so I printed it out, and it worked really well. Really clean. I'm very impressed how clean these things come out. Of course, I used a new shield. Ooze shield for everything, dual extrusion. just because I feel like it uses less material than a pillar.
Well, even if it uses less, another benefit of that too is that you don't have this thin little pillar that can,
break off.
Yeah, break off, come off from the.
Yeah, so my ooze shield's usually 1 parameter thick, which is pretty thin. So I add a nice brim with like 3 or 4 things to the ooze shield. You can actually add the brim to the ooze shield, which is nice. That'll keep it nice and there. And we use no glue or anything.
A lot of our things. Like this are like wearables. You don't want to have to like wash everything.
I mean, you could. But
there's electronics that go in there, so we don't want to gunk anything.
No, it's fine. And I'm glad that the Sigma uses the heated bed glass, really nice glass, and it has no problems with adhering things to it.
I mean, we have to turn up to like 65 degrees.
Yep, 60, 65. Yep, 50 just doesn't cut it.
Yep. Looking at the chat room real quick.
Yes. Chat it up, chatters.
James Ross is in there.
Hello. Yanni's in there. Hello. Hey, Angus. How you doing, mate?
Maker's Muse is in the house.
Cool.
Oh, stuff with Kirby. He's saying that he got conductive PLA to print with the 0.25 millimeter nozzle.
Holy jeez, that's a small nozzle.
Yeah, I'm thinking because the Taz is direct drive.
Oh yeah, that Taz can just pump it out.
We actually had to remove one of the Bowden tubes.
There's 2 Bowden tubes for 1 extruder, which is kind of weird.
We'll show that when we do the review.
Yeah, it has to like go in under the printer, over, in and out. That's what the Sigma is all about. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
that's the part we don't like about it. But
UX-wise, we can see why they did that, so you don't have to get behind there.
Okay, yeah.
But in,
it can cause some problems
if
you don't do things right. Yeah. I don't
know. But other than that, we're liking that very much. Other than that, it has pretty loud fans.
Oh my god, this thing's super loud.
For that.
Yeah, it's super loud.
I can't remember what the brand of like super quiet fans.
No 3D printer is like 100%. Like, man, this thing's the ishnit. So I don't know.
Like we were saying last week, we're used to super, not super quiet, but
not so
quieter
loud.
than that. Yeah, like the Ultimaker 2 Pluses, like pretty silent. Like when they're printing the new Type A Series 1 Pro, like I didn't even. We had to jump, look at the machine to make sure it was still printing.
Yeah. If there's a contest for loudest printer, I think that the Taz and the Sigma would be like neck and neck.
The printer bots are pretty loud.
It's like those loud racer cars, like you see on the road. You're like, they're so loud.
I know. So in terms of quietness, I think the M3D, the Type A machine, the new one.
What a tangent, huh?
The Ultimaker 2 Plus.
I don't know. It matters sometimes. Like Joel even said in his review, he was like, I had to put it in another room because it's really loud.
And it gets really loud when you have your 2-year-old running around. Like he's at the age now where he's like he just won't shut up. He's like talking like every second. He's like, bah, 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 bah. And then you have like a loud printer. You have like TV going. You have like 2 iPads going. It's like, oh my god, I can't.
Okay, we're bringing it back here. All right, so that was what we have to share. Some more testing with the Sigma. We'll do some more testing. Obviously, we've only had it for a good week. We got it last week on Thursday.
Yeah. Yep.
Or Wednesday.
So Makerbot saying FlashForge Finder is crazy quiet.
Wow.
I wish it took after, or I wish the FlashForge Creator took after that, because that one's pretty noisy as well.
Noisy as well.
It's somewhere in the firmware they have to just turn off the fan when it's not even in use.
B-roll time. This is printing coffee PLA on the Sigma BCN. And what was it? Is it black PLA regular or the conductive PLA?
This one is the conductive. Yeah, so the first couple of layers do print out, but after like the 5th layer is where it
just cops out.
Yeah,
it just
for whatever reason, like I said, we tried everything. We tried like printing at 270C. We tried like no retraction. We tried slowing down.
We tried heating at 270C, which is like ridiculously hot, and it still wouldn't extrude properly. So what happens is in the feeder in the back of the machine, like it grinds up the brittle PLA.
Yeah, what's going on?
PLA.
It feels like the nozzle.
It's soft.
It
expands, and then it just can't get pushed through the Bowden tube anymore. Because Bowden tube is so dang tight to the filament that it just cannot extrude anymore. So that's what's going on. Yeah, it's pretty brittle stuff too. The conductive PLA, it's very brittle. So that's that. Next up, more B-roll of printing this. So I found one thing this reminds me of is actually inside Simplify 3D, there's this feature called horizontal compensation. And what that does is like it kind of thickens up your faces
2 sides,
of
so
your
like,
STL model. So when you bring in a dual extruded part, sometimes they won't fuse together. So you see how those triangles are like there,
Actually,
and the black is there. So if I don't have horizontal compensation turned on to at least a minimum of 0.2 millimeters, then you get this type of, like, it just doesn't fuse. The
like
triangle
just
doesn't
laid
fuse
on
to the
top.
black.
If you cut over to the overhead, we can definitely show that as well.
Right here.
And also in your geometry, you want to set it inside of the model. Otherwise, it's just going to sit on top like that.
Yeah.
And it can easily come off.
Oh, let me do some focus stuff here. Come on.
So you can see how it was just sitting on top of there. That wasn't enough to fuse fully. What you want to do in your model is sort of plant it in there so it's
embedded.
Yeah, that'll give you the best
that's right.
quality of that, because that's not going to come off there now. It's part of this layer here.
Right. So this does have horizontal compensation, 0.02, positive 0.02 millimeters. So what will happen is the layers will stagger on top of each other just enough, like one perimeter, just so that they're fused when they're staggered and stacked on top of each other.
So what's the setting for the horizontal? It's 0.2 or 0.5?
0.2.
0.2. Okay.
For the horn, I did 0.5. So you really have to play with it and see.
Yeah, it depends on
what you get.
Yeah, you can
Depends on
see
your project. You really have to like
part of it.
kind of do tests.
Sort of like weaved into each other like that.
All right, cool. That was a good tip. What is this B-roll of? Oh, more Ninjaflex.
Oh yeah, that was just showing.
Cheetah printing or regular Ninjaflex?
This is regular Ninjaflex. This just shows the watch band.
Okay, this is like with a single color just to test it up
Yeah,
first.
so we'll probably do a project video on this.
That's cool.
I mean, this applies to like if you have a Pebble watch, they do sell on Alibaba is where I got the little clasps. AliExpress, Alibaba. It's like the same thing.
Oh, cool. Shiny, spiky, ooh.
Yeah, so they range from like $3 to $6 for the little converter clasps. So you can add your own band. And I saw for like for Nexus watches, for LG watches.
Oh, neat.
So it's not just Apple watches.
Great, yeah. Well, I like this project. It's a wearable. I have this thing on me all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I have a 3D printed iPhone bumper as well. And
yeah,
that's
it's one of
something
the,
I always have, and it works out really well with
Ninjaflex.
Ninjaflex.
It's the best sort of Ninjaflex project.
It's the one case I can never break unless you cut it with scissors. But yeah, I think it's pretty neat to be able to make your own custom Apple Watch band, because they're stingy. They don't make a lot of designs, right? Apple dudes.
Yeah. I went out and
I want some spikes.
Yeah, they don't make any spikes. Because they were so cheap on AliExpress, they're like $6. So I went out and like got all the favorite designs that I liked. We're in like the modern bunker right now.
You got 3D print your own, man.
I know. Well, this was before, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had these little clasp adapters for a while. We just there's so many freaking projects that we have to work on. It's like we typically try to stay away from the lowest hanging fruit.
I mean, the other day we had to buy $100 dolls for. I'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But yeah, I got like every single sort of band design and.
Not as cool as mine, man.
No, they
Mine's
are not.
3D printed. Good
but
stuff.
You can easily make something with like, because they all have magnets in them. And
You can embed magnets in them too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The cool thing about this is you make it custom to your hand. You see, notice I only have one hole because that's the size for my wrist only.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, you know what? I forgot to mention. You want to show that real quick? Do you guys remember last week's project, the red case over there?
Oh yeah.
I did it. So this is the OctoPrint case for your Raspberry Pi and for PiTFT. I put a hole in it so that you can have a Raspberry Pi hooked up to it. Thanks to Vital Cipher, I think his name is on Thingiverse, which I'll show his comment a little bit later. Yeah, there you go. Just a quick
so you did upload this new design. Yeah. It's on Imagine Thingiverse. Check it out.
I completely forgot about the Pi camera. I was like, oh yeah, I need to make an opening for that.
And a brand new update to OctoPrint came out just this morning.
That's right.
Does some fixes to the time lapse settings, so you can.
And some bug fixes.
A bunch of bug fixes. That's what going forward. She said she's Gina, the creator of OctoPrint, is doing a lot of rework for the back end, so it could be a little bit more organized, so she can have a easier time working on all the code for it.
Cool.
So definitely check that out if you need to build yourself an OctoPrint. Looking at the chat room real quick.
Chat room, man.
Yanni's saying, have you guys tried to eliminate the dirty side of those? So yeah, it's definitely based on the geometry.
Yeah, because it's such a sharp looking pyramid triangle. Excuse me. You get a lot of the ooziness because it has to cross paths, even though it's parked. I don't know why it's still right, because the other nozzle's parked. Why?
Other things we could try is lowering the temperature down too.
Oh, I think it's because when it's extruding the ooze shield, then it's also crossing its path. So what I think would benefit is if you did the pillar thing and you had one pillar here and another pillar, and each of them would go away from the model. Maybe that would help. So you have to be really strategic about, like, do I use an ooze shield, use a pillar? I think that would probably be the best way. This one using ooze shield, maybe it would be better if it had 2 individual pillars. So that's an option.
And it came out a lot more cleaner too with the PLA, because this definitely cross paths and there is absolutely no contamination.
Yeah,
on these.
that's what's really cool is about these type of, wow, nice focusing there, camera. These type of projects that they have 0 contamination. It's like the first layer. It's like, how did you do that?
It is definitely crossing paths on those.
Yeah, that's how thick it is. Not too thick. Good stuff. Oh.
Stuff with Kirby saying he got a wooden leather lime green stitched Apple Watch band from an Etsy store.
That sounds dope.
Huh.
Yeah,
maybe we should print out
making,
maybe we should print out some bamboo style ones as well.
I don't know about that.
That'd be cool.
Unless
it would be
up.
as. I mean, if it's dual extruded, yeah, maybe on top or something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of neat opportunities. Yeah, you can design your own.
Oh, I wanted to do was like to put hexagons,
some
certain
sequins
like
in
holes
there
in
as
there,
well,
because like I have a tan line on my wrist. It'd be cool to have like a patterned tan line, because I'm brown. Whatever.
Maybe do some like dual extruded. Get some metal in there.
Let's move on. We basically did shop talk. That was a lot of talking about the shop. Paige, if you want to tweet something out, go ahead and do that now.
I've been tweeting. Yeah.
We got some community makes. I just got a couple projects I want to share with you guys this week. If you guys have any projects that you want us to feature on the show, please let us know in any of the YouTube videos. You can reach out to me on Twitter or on Instagram or wherever.
You can also email support@adafruit.com.
It is support@adafruit.com if you want us to feature any of your stuffs. We will be happy to do so.
Email from Phil or Jessica. They'll email us on things to post and feature.
So community makes this week. Go to this. It's Pedro's guide. Yes.
I think it's all the
another thing. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
NPR.
So the NPR project that was 2 weeks ago, Todd released his guide. If you guys want to build that, he is doing some live Twitch streams as well on carving out of wood the enclosure, which is cool. So there's the software. It's a ready-to-go image, I believe. Somewhere is the image. This just shows you how to set up the app API to get your token, so you can register your device as an app.
And NPR themselves featured this.
I think they're working on featuring it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we had to
he was talking with their developers.
Yeah.
They were like fixing some.
And then the
some
legal
bugs in the
team,
code.
like anywhere you have the NPR logo, you must put this copyright thing. Blah, blah,
But
blah.
it's nice to hear that they are very open to having open source designs and code being featured.
And the piggyback, you can do the Wi-Fi piggyback hack.
Oh, you did do the
cool.
the wire there.
Oh my God, I didn't do that. He did that. That is
told
funny.
you to do that.
That is awesome. You photoshopped it. Great job, Tad. Good stuff. All right, moving back onto the thing. Oh, I forgot. Oh my God.
PiGRRL.
Yeah,
PCBs
new product. PiGRRL PCB. If you want to make your own Game Boy type thing with a Raspberry Pi or any other thing, this is just a simple PCB that we designed. You can check that out. Call it PiGRRL. It just fits standard 6mm tack switch buttons. And it has like little pin-out headers there too. So that's cool.
Very awesome.
Check it out. It's still in stock.
All right, back to
this is cool. I just saw this real quick. This is a cool arm. I think it's Ninjaflex. If not, it's a cool looking design. So it's always good to see good robot hands. I guess you can call them robot hands. Yeah. Good stuff. And this one is from
Micah Scott.
Micah. Yes. Sorry, the name Scanlime.
Yeah, so she made a quick Ninjaflex protector cover for her what is it called? The Pocket Operator from Teenage Engineering. So, pretty cool.
Very nice.
She put the files up there and she made a nice description of what kind of improvements she could add to it. But she says it's, use it as your leisure if you want. You can modify it. It works for her, so good stuff. I think it's pretty neat.
I think she used the Type A machines.
Yeah, she uses Type A machines, Series 1, to print it out. Ninjaflex. Good stuff.
Very cool.
Very cool. This is pretty neat. Did you see this right now?
I did.
This is a custom OctoPrint rig right on his CNC Rostock Delta printer using Touch UI. It's pretty neat. There's the enclosure. I think it's just touchscreen. Yeah. He links to the 7-inch LCD that you can get. Pretty cool. I like that. It's very cool. Good way to integrate OctoPrint right on your printer. Good stuff. And this one is from Viral Sniper. This is what I was talking about. Let me see if I can check out. Yeah, Byron Blank. Hey, Byron. Sorry, I forgot your name there. Yeah, so he had a couple issues with his FlashForge Creative Pro printing this out. I gave him a couple tips on certain things. I think some print settings and like leveling your bed. But yeah, he printed this on the FlashForge Creative Pro. It's always like a challenge making tolerant, perfect, snap fit, press fit parts. Yep. The nubs tend to break off because they're very, very small parts. So you're gonna have to have like really good leveling and good extrusion multipliers and whatnot. But it worked out. Looks pretty good.
I think that's the one of the things. The extrusion width has to match what we're using, which is usually
otherwise stuff won't fit.
0.48.
Yeah, 0.48 on the extrusion width, and just a multiplier of just 1 or 100%, whatever. Good stuff. Yay. Thanks, Byron. And this one's from Benny Blanco. He made a custom, he remixed the PiGRRL with his own components. I think he used a bigger screen, what it looks like, but he used the Adafruit Power Boost and the Raspberry Pi Zero, of course, and his own PCB, like a proto board for like making the buttons work. So that's cool. I like how you use like these like plastic shims as washers.
Avoid it, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Very cool.
Good
awesome
stuff.
Work, sir.
Yep. Thank you for sharing that one. And this one's pretty neat. So I haven't considered this. So this is from B. Kailuk on Thingiverse. So check out these buttons, right? So there's the D-pad. You see how you can tell it's 3D printed because of the layer lines. But look at these buttons. How did he do those buttons? They look so clean, so fresh and so clean. So he says in his description here that if you use the printer bot, printing at 0.15 layer height, millimeters, and all the buttons, the rest of the buttons, we're printing on a little RP at 50 microns, I think. And I'm like, what is a little LP? What is that? This is an affordable open source 3D printer, a resin-based 3D printer for $650.
Wow.
It has a build volume of
60 by 40.
By like 100 or 90?
Yeah, which is about the same size as what the Ember 3D printer is.
Yeah, our $8,000 Ember printer. This thing's at $650. I think you have to put it together. It's like a kit.
I think it's a kit, yeah.
Yeah, but that's amazing. Did you guys know about this? I didn't.
It's really cool.
That's pretty dope. Yeah. I don't know what slicing software it uses, what kind is it? Is it lasers or is it DLP project? I can't think it could be DLP because the DLP projectors cost just about $600. I don't know. I didn't read too much into it. I was just shocked the fact that there is a $650 resin printer. They're really coming down. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it probably uses like laser galvos, kind of like the Formlabs, I think.
Yeah, a lot less moving parts in DLP ones because it's literally just shining.
Yeah.
It's just shining, like each slice of the image.
Interesting. So
if that's the case, you can just use like Print Studio and export all the image slices of that.
That's right. I asked him if he used flexible resin, because there is flexible resin for DLP or SLA resin-based printers. From MakerJuice is the company. MakerJuice does a lot of different types of resin for different types of printers. And he said no, they just cut up the buttons. That's why the D-pad wasn't printed, because like, if you print out the D-pad, it just smashes all the... Well, he did, but he found out that when you press the left button, it'll actually press all the buttons at the same time. So.
Kirby just said that. Yeah, it relies on you having the projector.
Oh,
so that's why it's
really?
so cheap.
That's why it's so cheap. So it's like
because you gotta have like a high wattage,
bring your own projector,
or high luminance, whatever projector to actually get to that work.
All right, so that's how they're able to do it. Makes
All right,
sense.
so it doesn't really work out of the box.
No, but I mean, hey, it worked out for him. He printed it.
It's still
perfect for these type of parts.
It's still way cheaper than. I think we paid Adafruit paid like $7,000 for the Ember.
Because we really wanted to test it out.
Oh,
they wanted.
It was
test
Phil.
it out,
He's like, "Hey, test this out, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull some strings here."
Yeah. That's cool. We need to use it more. I want to try some flexible
we always
resin
use
stuff.
it. Yeah. Definitely gets us interested in doing the flexible material since they have been out for a while from Formlabs.
Yeah, Formlabs and Maker Juice. I guess.
Not cheap at all though. It's like $200.
$200 a liter.
The liter, yeah.
Resin, so messy and
I know.
cancerous. But anyway, it has its.
I've seen nervous system testing out the porcelain resin.
Oh man,
that looks
I need to
super
awesome.
awesome.
Share that.
Like glaze it, and you need a kennel or not kennel.
A kennel. You need a kennel.
Not a kennel. You know what I mean? Kiln, yeah.
Kiln.
Burn it. But cool because you can make an actual working, coffee mug.
Coffee mug.
That would be awesome to have a nice little Vernoy customized coffee mug.
Cool.
Definitely gets
cool.
us more interested.
That's a cool tangent there.
Yeah.
This gentleman here, Michael Charles, made a bunch of cool Walkera F10 drone parts. Pedro brought this to my attention. I was like, oh, this is cool. He's making like a bunch of cool
very awesome
drone stuff. So if you got a Walkera F10 and you want some 3D printed add-ons, there you go. That's it there.
Maker Muse is saying that flexible resins feel more like felt than rubber.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, we should test it out then.
Interesting.
Compare 'em,
interesting. Oh, sad face. I guess that's not a good thing. Oh, because there's no friction type stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work with felt, huh? Yeah, that's not really.
I mean
grippy at all.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, you got a next thing here. So Bill Doran from Punished Props collaborated with Sean from Tested on this project here. He took his GoPro session and made it look like a robot. This thing looks really cool. So it has they used the the Formlabs? Yeah, the Formlabs 2 printer to make this cool little enclosure.
Articulating little body.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little tripod thing for it. It's pretty dope. So yeah, ball sockets. Cool.
Very awesome.
So check that out if you haven't already. I'll have it linked below.
The most stylized.
I know, this is so dope. I really like this.
Tripod for your camera.
I wonder if it's FDM for. I think it is FDM for the outer shell, and then yeah, it is. You can clearly see the layer lines there. So it's a combination of FDM and SLA. Some of the joints are a little bit. Yeah, check out Bill. I think we're gonna do a collaboration project soon. So check out Bill Doran, Punished Props, doing it up with the cosplay. Aidan figured out how to print Ninjaflex on his 5th gen Makerbot Mini. I know y'all hating the Makerbot, but some folks got him. They're stuck with him. So he figured out how to print Ninjaflex. So check out his video. Follow him on YouTube. Subscribe to him on YouTube, rather. If you want to see more of his work, he does a lot of silicone and flexible robots.
Molding, yeah.
What is it called?
Flexible.
Soft robots.
Soft robots, yeah.
Flexible robots. Good stuff. Good job, Aidan. And RobotGRRL Erin released another test video of her robot missions. To clean up beaches by picking up one soda can at a time.
Super cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. And I think she has a Kickstarter going on too, I believe. So check her out, her and team. Good job, folks. And the last one here is this flexible GoPro mount for different types of quadcopters. This was actually brought by Scott. Scott sent us a link. He's like, hey, check this one out. And that's a good idea to print this out in Ninjaflex so that, and you can see like the design here, I think it'll absorb some of the vibrations and stuff, so you might get a smoother.
This is definitely the way to do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try this out. Good stuff. That's all I got. Again, if you guys want to share some projects, we'd love to share them here on Community Makes.
Yep.
Every Thursday.
Cool.
Cool. Q&A time?
Yeah. So far, we look at the chat room. Andrew is asking, why does he often see 0.9mm extrusion multiplier? I usually see that on Makerbot or the FlashForge. for?
I never do 0.9. I always do 1. I always work
bump it
around
up
that
to-
1.
Yeah,
I don't know.
always bump it
That's
up
a
to
good
1.
question.
Yeah, I don't know why a lot of the defaults.
Yeah, I
have
think the
it 0.9.
Makerware software also defaults to 0.9.
Yes, it does.
So that when
for
you
whatever
go to- yeah.
testing reasons that they found out, that was good. I have no clue.
Yeah, Kirby does it.
Oh,
Do you
Kirby
get
does it
parts
as well.
in spec? Huh. Interesting. Yep. Sometimes when you make stuff that works on your printer and it's like tolerant fit, it's not press fit, whatever, it might not work on another printer because of that, the extrusion width or the multiplier. That stuff matters.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You got some questions?
Yeah, I
queued
do.
up, though?
Yeah, I do. Here we go.
Keep asking questions.
Yeah,
In the chat.
Paige will gather them up. So, question number 1. I think it's number 1. Yeah, Luke. Luke is basically asking if we can make a sub $50 PiGRRL without the 0, because the 0 is impossible to get. There's scarcity. Like,
For now, anyway.
I know. For now, it's not going to be scarce forever. So there's that. What you could do is you could just get the Pi 2. If you already have like a TV or something, plug in your HDMI to it. Plug in your Xbox controller or keyboard, USB keyboard, or whatever, or Bluetooth dongle, and just game that way. It doesn't have to be enclosed. If you want portable, you do got to pay a little bit for the power boost and the battery. But
Just plug it into the
there's
wall.
options, man. There's options out there. There's a bunch of other PiGRRL projects too. I plan to make not a cheaper one, but a more expensive one.
Yeah.
The for Gamepad, I need to bring that to speed with a Pi 2 or Pi 3 preferably,
Yep.
and a big 5-inch or 7-inch screen. So that's my plan. Right after the stuff like I got on here.
Yeah, we have
But that's the
like
plans, yeah.
a mile-long list of projects.
And it's a mile long,
Yeah.
a kilometer, Pedro, kilometer.
Kilometer
Metric
long.
here. We love metric. This gentleman here is just saying that, hey, you know what? This is on the polishing copper fill and bronze fill filament video we did maybe 2 years ago or something. We were first testing out copper fill materials. He's saying that when you use brass screws and you tumble it, it's not polishing it. It's actually impregnating and coating your parts with particles, with actual brass particles. Yeah, we mentioned that.
We've mentioned that many times.
Maybe
yeah.
we didn't mention it in the video, but yeah, that's what's going on. And with the heat and all the tumbling, it really coats it really nice. So it smooths it out. It smooths out all those layer lines.
I mean,
too.
that doesn't happen with regular PLA,
Yeah.
so that's why.
Oh, but he had a tip here. If you can tumble with traditional abrasives and then patina and then coat it with epoxy.
Cool.
That's a good tip. So there you go. Next comment is from Jushin. Some saying, oh, he's basically just, somebody asked, like, hey, what does shells mean? I don't know what you're talking about, shells.
Yeah, so if you're using Cura, the width, wall width, or what is it called? Somebody answers it for him there.
Yeah,
It's either
the-
0.4 or 0.8. That's equivalent to 2 shells.
Horizontal loop.
Or 1 shell or 2
Outside
shells.
of the surfaces, use multiple of the size nozzle. Yeah. Yep. So in Cura, it'd be like 2 shells means 0.8 millimeter loop if you have a 0.4 nozzle. So yeah, it's explained in Cura.
Yeah, if you just hover over.
STL conversion program.
It explains
There's an
everything.
STL conversion program from Ultimake.
I did not know
I didn't know that. I guess check that out. Good comment, Jushin. Thank you for answering someone else's question. Yep. Alexis is asking, he doesn't have any soldering experience, but he does have access to a Raspberry Pi B+. Can the PiGRRL 2 be made with a B+? Yes, it can.
It's just not as fast. You're not going to be
It's
able
just-
to play like Super Nintendo games.
I mean, your mileage will vary. So you can give it a try. Yeah, it's the same form factor.
Yeah.
So that should work out. Good stuff. And the software is compatible as well. Next question is, actually this is like saying, have you ever done a golf club head? And are there materials available for such a project? Now, a golf club head takes a lot of brute force.
Yeah.
So maybe if you printed in nylon at like 100% infill,
Maybe, yeah.
maybe you could do that. Because then it's just, a solid brick. I don't know. I haven't. I don't play golf, but it'd be fun to.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Is that a challenge? I don't
Maybe
know.
CNC it out of metal.
Yeah, well, of course, but like the 3D print, you can 3D print
Yeah.
one. Maybe. And you can 3D print bullets. Maybe you can 3D print a golf club. Or a crowbar. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. That sounds. Yes, maybe. We don't know exactly. We don't. Again, the answer is we haven't tried.
We haven't tried it, yeah. But maybe with nylon, yeah.
Yeah. Scott, this is So Scott Shawcroft, he's come on the show and tell for like the past couple weeks now,
yeah.
Showing off his drone stuff, giving like crash courses on quadcopters, and he's just sharing that the GoPro session mount that he's seen that works out really well. Yeah, I like this.
Cool.
Definitely better. Thank you, Scott, for sharing.
Very awesome. Definitely want to print that out.
Yep. Next one is from Mike Moon. He's saying, will the OctoPrint work on a Makerbot? So there is a Sailfish plugin, but not from Makerbot. Doesn't use Sailfish. It uses their own proprietary.
You can install
firmware.
Sailfish on it,
But
though.
you can install Sailfish, I guess. Maybe not on a 5th gen. I don't know. But you can on a Rep 2 and Rep 1, Replicator 1 and 2. What I tend to use on my Makerbot is AstroPrint. They've done some serious work on getting the Makerbot firmware to work with AstroPrint, which is a
derivative of.
Thank you, OctoPrint. They just had an update too.
Has like live
video
streaming.
Streaming, yes. So check
But
that
only
out.
through their cloud
We have a
service.
video on using AstroPrint as well. We also sell a AstroPrint kit, which is just a Raspberry Pi and like some cables and whatnot.
And the SD card pre-burnt.
So check that out. Yeah, cool. That's what I would recommend. Newbie Cody is saying, what brand were those batteries with the on and off switch from, and will they work with the latest Pi 3 Model B? I don't know. What battery did you use for this project? You did this project, Pedro, the 7-inch portable?
I believe
Is it just our LiPo?
I think
3.7?
either the 2500 mil or the 66, one of those.
Is it the cylindrical one?
No, it's the
The polymer one?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's a flat one, 2500
Okay.
milliamp, I believe.
Yeah, our Adafruit stock batteries are, they have like, what are they called? Like safety circuits or something? It's protection circuits, so they won't overcharge. They're pretty nice. And our power boost will work with those. They're 3.7 volt ones. That's where we got them. What brand are they? I don't think they're branded. They're like straight from Shenzhen, man.
Yeah.
They're from China. I don't know. But they're good. They're really good quality.
Yep.
So I hope that answers your question. Okay, next one. That's it. That's all we got. That's all the queued up ones.
Yeah, let's take a look at the chat room. We have John asking if we've ever used Ninjaflex on the M3D printer.
Yeah.
So the original one that we got, the green one, the way that the bearings were on there were just tight enough to the gears that you were able to print Ninjaflex on that. I did several tests on that. If you take a look at the past shows or like on my Instagram, you can see that I successfully printed a bunch of Ninjaflexing on there. I broke that printer by plugging in the wrong power supply,
and I dropped it.
And you dropped it, yeah. And then when they sent me a new one in, it seems that either their suppliers changed or like manufacturing changed on it. So the bearing, happens way more often than a lot of people know. That you would like. Yeah, it looks like the bearing is a little bit smaller, so it just doesn't have the grip that it used to. But they do offer their own flexible material. They call it tough stuff.
Yeah,
it's sort of like a semi-flex material, so that does work. The newest, the clear M3D printer, I tried that on there as well, and it looks like they're using the same bearings. Yeah, it's just not tight enough to the gear to extrude.
That's why they made their own tough stuff, which is flexible. It's not elastic though. It's a little bit harder. It's kind of like
semi-flex.
Yeah,
it's Cheeto or semi-flex. Yeah.
But yeah, that stuff works. It comes in little baby spools.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the size is, but they're very small spools. Not that small, but you know what I mean. Because they fit inside the bed of the M3D. So yeah.
Maker Muse is
used
asking.
To work, it doesn't work. No.
Not anymore. It used to. I mean, if you can source out the bearing, that's just a teeny bit
tough.
little.
If they can't get it, how are we gonna?
I know. They probably yeah.
All right.
Yep. Maker Muse is asking if we come across flame retardant filament. We try some local stuff, but it doesn't print well.
I think, aren't they all flame? No, they're not all flame retardant. Remember we tried burning wood fill and it wouldn't catch on fire?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the heck? It must be like flame retardant.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I think most of them do add flame retardant stuff, but if that's like a main concern of it, then yeah, we don't usually test for that.
Yeah, we don't test to see if it catches on fire, other than the wood, because I just wanted to see if wood PLA would...
It just would not catch on fire, And this was the bamboo from ColorFab.
Right. So I guess the bamboo from ColorFab, It's
Just kind of funny, yeah, that the wood stuff would not catch
Yeah,
on
it's
fire.
like, what?
And we
It's
had like
not
a
real wood.
blowtorch to it too, and then
It would just like,
immediately go out.
it would just melt. Yeah,
Wouldn't even
it
catch,
wouldn't
yeah.
hold the flame. There you go. Anything else, guys?
We have Redo Strike is asking you to go arcade style for the next PiGRRL.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that is
I-
actually what.
That's right. I got the
Is on the
Pyromony joystick.
Whoa, no.
Thing?
Lamar is actually sourcing some small joysticks.
Right, but I want to use the Pyromony board that you just
Oh,
plug
yeah,
in
yeah,
GPIO and you plug USB into your Pi, and the Pi thinks it's a legit like USB HID device.
Yeah.
HID.
Human
HID.
interface device.
Yeah, there you go. So I want to use that because that's such a cool board.
Did we ever get
Pyromony
around to
board.
that though? The joysticks?
We still haven't got them in yet.
Yeah, so we get these. She found.
We're still waiting on joysticks and soft touch buttons.
Oh my god!
It
yeah.
takes a while to get stuff from China, guys.
Either
Unless
that
we
or,
like fly over there and get them ourselves
that would
from,
take
from the market.
just as long.
Alright. Cool.
So yes, there
Angus
is
says
an
that.
arcade style one on the list for projects.
Oh yeah. Angus is saying he's going to test out the material for robot combat because the ESCs
that
like
makes
to catch on
sense.
fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah, we should try burning some Ninjaflex and see if it catches holds flame.
Comics and Cosplay is saying that if he had a project to submit for Adafruit Daily in the 3D printing or cosplay, how would you go about submitting it? Support at adafruit.com.
Yes. Yep.
Submit it there, and we can add it to the list or to the what is it, the MailChimp
Yeah.
directory.
Yep. We might have a backlog or not, so it might take a week or two because we'd like to.
I mean, we can feature on the show a lot more quicker, but
okay.
yeah, we have we plan these out like 2 months in advance, so it would take a little bit.
I just got a notification. Tony's streaming live at Tour Camp 2016.
Oh yeah, check out Tony.
Cool. Yeah, good thing because we're gonna end the show very soon.
Yeah. Let's see. Gary's saying to make a sweet mini golf putter.
Yeah, right.
I
I think that's it, folks.
believe that is it.
Yeah, cool. Thank you guys for stopping by.
I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Take
we're
a
all
quick
good.
look at the
Anything
notes here.
else.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Cool. A lot of live shows going on the Adafruit channel.
Yeah, I think we're releasing at least 2 videos
Yeah,
a day.
Tony's killing it on the Twitch stuff. So, oh yeah, we're streaming Twitch.
Yep.
Hey, I forgot.
Let me check Twitch. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Not too much comments there.
All right, we're
But-
new there.
Yeah,
Newbies.
thanks everybody for tuning in on Twitch or
Yep.
YouTube.
Don't forget, coupon code ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. You can get some stuff. Get 10% off.
Mhm.
There you go. Mini drone. And check out the video if you haven't already. It's a fun video.
Yep.
Flying around.
Yeah, it's always fun doing outdoor videos.
Cool. All right, folks. We'll see you next week. So, good luck on all your maker endeavors and stuff.
Mhm.
All right, guys.
What is it? May your prints stick to the bed and your
Oh, that's funny. No, I don't
nozzles not
remember.
knock anything off.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, guys. We'll
All right.
see you next week. Bye, everybody.
See ya.